assets, and if they didn't match up, then you see that, and that's why I'm trying to avoid making models myself. I mean, it's just simple environment stuff. Okay, I can try to do that, but I could make those chairs. Maybe I can make a chest, okay, but when the textures come in, I can't make those, and I don't know where to find proper textures for that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm using all those asset packs. Interesting. Yeah, that's the... Ooh. Oh, bridges and drawbridges and stuff like that. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, but the big problem is how will the road fit to the rest of the terrain and stuff like that. Will it all match up? Yeah, that's... Oh, hello. Summit's Eco. How are you? This is a... yeah, it's kind of a difficult question to answer. It's difficult in that regard that I'm not 100% sure how far I will go with this project. It started out as a simple visualization of a pen and paper role-playing session world. It was a one-session adventure, and we started in a village, walked through a forest, and up to a building way in the mountains. And the terrain looked roughly this shape, heart-shaped, inside of a real big mountain range. And I took that terrain idea and built it in Unity, or in Gaia to be more precise, and I'm working on the terrain. I started out with another level that I can show you. Save this one, and I started with the brewery. That was the initial idea, to visualize the brewery we were in, and where we had our big part of the adventure, because the brewery was overrun with goblins and we needed to defeat them, because a dwarf hired us to get an old artifact that was a mug, magical mug that every liquid you pour in will turn into a magical liquid that gives different properties depending on the liquid. And it also gives a really, really long and intense high moment when you drink it. That most of us found out at the end of the adventure. And this is the brewery interior I built. And we charmed one of the goblins, and he's now greeting people when they come in. The original wasn't that detailed, didn't have an upper floor. I added those to it, and we went downstairs into the basement, and here is the brewery part, which I used simple barrel. Damn it, there's a bug. Every time I click jump, it's also selecting the last click button, so I need to change that. Those are just resized barrels, that's why the textures look crappy. And we had a big fight in this room, which I changed. It was bigger in game, but I made it a bit smaller so that I can work with it. And downstairs, there in a storage area, here was a cabinet with a mug in it, and there was an automaton that attacked us, which we disabled. And here's a cave where the goblins came in, and here we fought them again and chased them out of the cave and sealed the cave up. This is the way where they came from, and we sealed up this entrance so that they can't come back there. And then we kind of took over the inn and brewery. That's where we ended the session. And this is what I built for it, just to visualize that. And the world upstairs, the outside world, I wanted to have, because I wanted to go after the adventurers, so to say, to have the player walk the same path they walked and see what they changed in the world. At some point we chased away some bandits in a thick forest, and you might find a sign on the entrance of the forest, please do not attack us, because we're just a few. We were almost killed by a group of adventurers and stuff like that. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, humorous depiction of a role-playing world. And I might go a bit further with it. Not just placing signs in specific spots, but also make a bit of interaction with opening doors, maybe talk to one or two people. And yeah, I need to make the exterior for the brewery at some point and add it into this map, but so far I haven't done that. Maybe I should do that soon, so that I can place it in a specific spot where I want it to be and know, okay, there is the brewery and there we have to go. But it's not really a game, it's more of a walking simulator where you read signs and stuff like that. That's why what it is a bit hard to explain, I think. And like I said, I don't know how far I will go with the concept and the how much interaction I will put into it. I did work on a point-and-click adventure game at some point, so I could use the interaction for that. Problem is, I did that in, what was it, Unity 4.3, I think, and up to 4.5. And it's not using the new UI system, and some of it might not even work right anymore. So, but I did create a dialogue editor for it, where I can create branching dialogues and stuff like that. So I'm tempted to just update this one and use it for this game, or this project. Yep, that's what the project is about, more or less. And the other thing is that I'm using it to play around with all the assets I bought at some point for Unity. One of it is Gaia, which helped me with the terrain, and which I use constantly to update textures when I change parts of the terrain, like I did here. I run this texture spawner and it will create the textures for me all over the map. And it also places trees, grass and all that stuff for me. And I don't have to do it by myself. I just can do it in specific spots where I want it to change. And the other thing is all the other assets are from CD Forge for interior and exterior, and I'm using those. I bought them at some point, haven't done much with them, so I thought maybe just use all of that in a big project. That's the long answer to your short question, what I'm working on. Yeah, and the plugin just fixed the textures over here. Yeah, I worked in UDK as well. I haven't done much in Unreal Engine 4 yet, and I have done nothing with terrain in Unreal Engine at all. I made a interior for, let me have a look, it's here, student project 2. Yeah, I made this interior here with assets from friends. I made level design for it basically, but it's not the latest. No, those aren't the latest screenshots for the game. Let's go here. And that's the end product. Basically, just corridors, third-person shooter, and you run around, kill zombies. And that was in UDK, where I did level design for. It was a student project for a local game design school. And all the art was done by